The Law of Cause and Effect, written and published by Audible Aria. There are 12 laws of karma that have a role in everybody's life knowingly or unknowingly. 1. The first law is obviously the law of cause and effect. 2. The second law is the law of creation. This idea says that good things or actions don't just happen by magic. Instead, if you work hard and stay committed, you can make them happen. 3. The law of humility. The humility rule is about being okay with how things are in life and finding happiness in that. A lot of successful people today are friendly and humble. However, when they began their journeys, they had to deal with certain situations in society, accepting them to move forward. 4. The law of growth. The growth rule is all about getting bigger and expanding. It happens inside you, and you can see the results in the outside world. 5. The law of responsibility. The responsibility rule is the 5th rule of karma. It's about owning up to your mistakes and unfortunate events that happen to you. 6. The law of connection. The connection rule talks about how the past, present, and future are all connected. What happened before affects what's happening now and will influence what happens later on. 7. The law of force. The force rule says that trying to do more than 2 things at once doesn't work well. It's better to concentrate on one task because that gives better results. 8. The law of giving and being selfless. The giving and selflessness rule is about doing good deeds. The more good deeds you do, the more positive things will come back to you in the long run. 9. The law of the present. The present rule is about paying attention to what's happening right now, without dwelling too much on the past or worrying too much about the future. 10. Law of change. The change rule says that if you're surrounded by negativity for a long time, it's a sign to move on. Connect with positive people, change your thoughts, and adopt a more positive attitude. 11. The law of patience. The patience rule teaches us that success and happiness don't happen overnight. It takes a lot of hard work and determination over hours and days to achieve them. Having patience is a valuable virtue, especially during tough times, and with time you'll start seeing the positive results of your efforts. 12. The law of karma. The last and most important rule of karma is the significance rule. Everyone has unique gifts and talents, and each one is important. It's crucial to share and use these gifts to make a positive impact on the world. Now, we pause to delve into the very essence of causality, understanding its intricacies and acknowledging its omnipresence. Join us on this enlightening journey as we unravel the significance and impact of the law of cause and effect, a timeless principle that unveils the interconnected nature of our thoughts, actions, and the unfolding tapestry of our destinies. The theory of cause and effect, explored by numerous scientists, suggests that events are linked, spanning from the past to the present and future. While there is convincing evidence supporting its existence, the precise workings of this theory remain a subject of ongoing discussion and may remain so indefinitely. According to this theory, even small changes in our routines can potentially lead to significant and widespread consequences. Essentially, it highlights the interconnected nature of events in the world, suggesting that a seemingly minor alteration can set off a chain reaction with far-reaching effects. Additionally, some interpretations of the theory propose the influence of a celestial force overseeing and directing all events within the ecosystem. The idea of cause and effect involves actions that can have broader impacts on future events and life in general. When we do something, it doesn't just affect that specific moment, but can influence conditions down the line. This concept includes 4 main types of actions that contribute to the outcomes governed by the law. Additionally, emotional connections and our thoughts are also shaped by this law. Scientists have delved into studying this law, aiming to uncover the true nature of how life operates. According to this perspective, there is no such thing as luck or misfortune. Everything that happens is a result of the actions performed by individuals. Some people might find it hard to accept this idea, especially when facing difficulties, and might blame others for their own misdeeds. It's like the saying goes, what goes around comes around. suggesting that the consequences of our actions come back to us, not more and not less, in a similar quantity. This notion highlights the interconnectedness of our deeds and their repercussions in the intricate web of life. The idea that good and bad things happen because of our own actions is something each person creates for themselves. Scientists have tried to understand what is right and wrong, but so far they haven't found a definite answer. When people can't figure out if something is a result of luck or misfortune, they often turn to faith for answers. However, blindly following faith can lead to more problems than solutions. Faith, like many things, has both positive and negative aspects. On one hand, it can cause conflicts between communities, making them fight each other. On the other hand, faith can bring individuals within communities together. This law revolves around the concept of good and bad deeds, and having a tool that could shed light on it would be a significant achievement. Interestingly, every person already has this understanding in their mind. Our consciousness, which isn't tied to any particular religion, focuses on what is right and wrong. It sends signals to our body, guiding our actions based on these principles. So understanding this aspect of consciousness is crucial in navigating the complexities of life and making choices that align with the concepts of good and bad deeds. Throughout history, the injustices faced by various communities and countries have played a significant role in shaping the world as we know it today. In many Indian cultures, there's a widespread discussion about the concept of karma and its impact on everyday life. Karma strongly believes in the law of cause and effect, as well as ideas like afterlife and rebirth. The roots of karma can be traced back to ancient scriptures, and its influence is still evident in many cultures today. According to these ancient texts, karma is deeply ingrained in our genes and DNA. It's said to control the formation of certain body parts and even influence the development of diseases. There are 12 specific laws of karma that individuals tend to follow, whether they are aware of it or not, shaping their actions and behaviors in various situations. Understanding and acknowledging these laws is considered an essential aspect of the cultural and spiritual beliefs associated with karma. Understanding life makes everything seem fair and fine, but life itself is full of mysteries that may never be fully unraveled. Exploring both the materialistic and spiritual aspects of life can bring about a profound change in how we perceive it. These values not only influence the physical and natural laws of nature, but also play a role in shaping the consciousness of each individual. Think of life as a movie with various characters: pawns, rooks, bishops, knights, a king and a queen. The king guides the strategy to protect and succeed. Similarly, individuals who decide to alter their habits and actions can become the kings of their own life games. Their choices impact everyone around them, creating a ripple effect. Contrary to a common misconception, money is often viewed as something evil or bad. However, it's essential to recognize that money itself is not inherently negative. It's the way people use or acquire it that determines its impact. Understanding the intricate dynamics of life, both materialistically and spiritually, allows for a more nuanced perspective and empowers individuals to navigate their own unique journeys. However, these are the thoughts of individuals facing challenges in making money and achieving success. Money goes beyond just currency notes. It holds a divine energy. This energy is a reflection of both good and bad deeds. The paper notes we possess are symbols representing this energy. Although these symbols won't accompany anyone after death, the energy they signify certainly will. These symbols can contribute to improving the lives of future generations. Money is intertwined with the law of cause and effect, which carries the consequences of the past into the present and extends the outcomes of the present into the future. This cycle is continuous. Despite numerous attempts by scientists over the years to disprove this law, definitive answers have proven elusive. The far-reaching effects of the law of cause and effect span from decades to millennia, shaping the Earth for the foreseeable future. Understanding this intricate relationship between actions and consequences can lead to a deeper appreciation of the role of money and its impact on the ongoing narrative of human existence. The law of cause and effect is like picking up a drop from the ocean or taking a pinch of sand from the desert. Even a small change in habit or removing a single leaf from a tree can lead to alterations in these ecosystems. These transformations might not happen right away. They could take years or even centuries to become noticeable. The principal idea behind the law of cause and effect is that every action has a corresponding reaction, which can manifest in various ways depending on the conditions. In simpler terms, every action you take will have a consequence. The law emphasizes that the universe is in constant motion. It means that whenever something happens, it sets off a chain of reactions and impacts, creating a flow of cause and effect. This principle highlights the interconnectedness of everything in the universe, where even the smallest actions can have significant and lasting effects over time. Understanding and respecting this principle can lead to a greater appreciation of the delicate balance within ecosystems and the broader universe. The law of cause and effect is like a chain reaction, where one thing leads to another. This law doesn't just apply to the present, but also to the past and future. It's not picky about where in the world you are. It's universal. Even if people move away or are no longer around, the impact of this law lingers on in society. Let's take an example to understand this better. Imagine chopping down trees in a forest to build a road. At first, it might not seem like a big deal. However, as time goes on, the effects start to show. Landslides may occur, driven by the movement of vehicles on the road. Animals, displaced from their homes, might migrate to other areas and sometimes even pose a threat to humans. The once thriving forest may become home to fungus and moss. Animals moving to other forests could jeopardize the native species there, and the cycle continues. So the law of cause and effect is like a ripple in a pond. One action creates a series of consequences that can impact not just the immediate surroundings, but also distant areas and future generations. Understanding this law helps us recognize the far-reaching effects of our actions and encourages us to make mindful choices that contribute to a healthier and more balanced world. The arrival of a human baby is the result of actions with specific causes and conditions. However, every baby doesn't come into the world in the same mental, physical, or socio-economic circumstances. Each birth is unique. When delving into historical events, historians often point to a particular incident as the starting point that led to significant consequences. For instance, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria is considered the focal point that triggered World War I, causing widespread loss of life and property. Such events illustrate how actions can have far-reaching effects. In some instances, actions may occur without a clear understanding of their cause. These mysterious occurrences, though, also have underlying reasons. Take, for example, the bodies of certain Catholic saints that have not decayed for centuries. Even with advancements in science, conclusive evidence explaining this phenomenon remains elusive. In essence, the journey from the birth of a baby to the course of historical events to mysterious occurrences in science all exemplifies the interconnected nature of actions and their consequences. Understanding this relationship allows us to appreciate the complexity of life and the ongoing quest to unravel its mysteries. The law of cause and effect plays a role in shaping the thoughts of every person. Thoughts are like seeds in our minds, creating a cause and bringing about circumstances related to them. Interestingly, these thoughts are not just passive. They actively contribute to shaping the reality around us. They add meaning to our lives and influence how we see the world. It's kind of like having a superpower, the power to control our thoughts. Each person has complete control over their own thoughts, and it's up to them to decide how to interpret and understand them. It's like being the director of your own movie, where the script is written by the thoughts you choose to focus on. This understanding gives individuals the freedom to shape their own experiences and perspectives on life. So, in a way, our thoughts become the architects of our reality, and the choices we make in interpreting them guide the course of our lives. There are different kinds of causes, which are actions that lead to some kind of result. Let's talk about 4 types of causes: necessary, sufficient, contributory, and questionable cause. Starting with a necessary cause, this is an action that is crucial for something to survive. For example, water is a necessary cause for survival. Think about it. If early humans didn't dig wells, our world today would have turned out quite different. So, a necessary cause is like the key ingredient that you can't do without. In other words, it's like saying water is super important, and without it, things wouldn't be the same. It's a bit like when you're baking cookies. You absolutely need flour to make them delicious. Similarly, certain actions are absolutely needed for something to happen or exist, and that's what we call a necessary cause. Let's talk about another type of cause called a sufficient cause. This kind of cause is like something that is needed for a certain outcome, but there can be other ways or solutions to achieve the same result. For example, a student can get into a university by getting good grades in school. That's one way. But interestingly, the same student could also get into the university by winning a big prize, like a Nobel Prize. Winning that prize automatically gets the student admission to the university. So, a sufficient cause is like having different options to reach a goal. Now moving on to contributory cause. This type of cause is like when one action can lead to many different effects and bring about various outcomes. A good example is the food cycle. You eat food which helps you grow and stay healthy, but at the same time, it contributes to the cycle of plants growing and animals living. Another example is the solar cycle, where the sun's actions contribute to different effects, like the changing seasons and day and night. So, with contributory cause, it's like one action causing a bunch of different things to happen, kind of like a chain reaction. It shows how everything is connected, and one little action can set off a whole series of events. Now let's talk about something called a questionable cause, which is often known as causal fallacies. This happens when there's an assumption or a mistaken judgment about an outcome just because 2 things are often connected. For example, people might think that if someone smokes, they are more likely to have lung cancer. That's a common idea, but here's the twist. Not everyone who has lung cancer smokes. So assuming that smoking is the only cause of lung cancer is a bit tricky. It's kind of like saying, if you see dark clouds in the sky, it will definitely rain. Well, sometimes it might not rain even if the clouds look dark. So a questionable cause is when we make a connection between 2 things, but it might not be the only reason or the real cause behind the outcome. It's a bit like a detective trying to solve a mystery. Sometimes what seems obvious might not be the whole story. Let's talk about the ideas of misfortune and good luck. We describe good luck as positive experiences that wouldn't happen otherwise, while misfortune is the opposite. It's when things don't go well. These experiences can happen because of natural or not so natural things that are going on at that time. In some beliefs that involve supernatural stuff, luck or misfortune is often linked to doing certain things, like making sacrifices or carrying something special from a deity. Different cultures have their own set of beliefs and superstitions about luck and fortunes. For example, in Greek culture, it's thought to be unlucky if you enter from one door and leave from a different door. In some places, finding a potato or vegetable that looks like a deity is considered lucky. But here's the twist. In today's world, luck and misfortune might not be exactly what they seem. Everyone wants to be happy and have good luck, right? So it's crucial to understand that luck and misfortune are like a package deal that comes with our actions. What we do and how we act can have an impact on the kind of luck or misfortune we experience. It's like understanding that our deeds and actions play a role in creating the events in our lives. Doing something good will bring positive results, while doing something bad will eventually lead to negative outcomes. This concept is often called karma, where certain actions result in specific consequences. These consequences can have a lasting impact not only in the present or future, but also in different parts of the world. Think of it like this. Just as a cashew tree won't produce mangoes, and a mango tree won't give cashew fruit unless scientists do some experiment magic, the things we do have effects. It's kind of like when you plant flowers in your garden, you expect flowers, not tomatoes. Similarly, the actions we take can lead to certain outcomes. Now let's talk about luck and misfortune. The circumstances a person is born into, whether good or challenging, are often influenced by the deeds and choices of the generations before them. It's like a chain of events. But here's the interesting part. What a person does while growing up can determine their luck. So, the actions we take today have a say in what kind of luck or misfortune we might experience in the future. It's like being the director of your own story, making choices that shape the plot of your life. If a thief gets caught and found guilty of stealing, they might point fingers at the judge and jury. But the truth is, it's the thief's own bad actions that got them into trouble. Sometimes people don't really get the idea that what you do comes back to you. It's like if you plant good seeds, you get good plants. For instance, think about students. If a student studies every day, they'll probably get good grades. But if another student only studies the night before exams, they might fail or just barely pass. It's like saying the effort you put in affects the outcome. The law of cause and effect basically says that whatever happens to you, whether it's good or bad, is because of what you've done. It's not about blaming someone else. Your intentions, the reasons behind your actions, also play a big role in how things turn out. It's like saying, if you're kind and do good things, good stuff is likely to come your way, and the opposite is true too. So it's not just about what happens, but also about why you did what you did. Imagine someone with a kind heart deciding to help a person sitting on the road. This simple act of kindness might not just impact that one person, but could also spread positivity to others. It's like a chain reaction. The person who received help might, in turn, influence someone else, and the cycle continues. Interestingly, the good vibes set in motion by that initial act of kindness can come back to the person who started it, especially when they face tough times. This is how people experience both good luck and misfortune. It's like a ripple effect of their past actions. Now, having good intentions doesn't mean broadcasting your good deeds on social media to gain attention or followers. It's about genuinely wanting to make a positive impact without expecting something in return. These actions, the things we do from the heart, actually shape our luck and fortune. Success, you see, isn't just about luck. It's about the energy and effort each person puts into their actions. Every event, whether it seems good or bad at the time, happens for a reason. The outcomes are like the results of a chain of events, creating a path that influences our luck and fortune. So it's not just luck that builds success, it's the energy and intentions we bring to the table. Understanding what is right and wrong involves following the moral law of cause and effect. This means that when people make good choices and do good deeds, they set the stage for happiness in the future. However, figuring out what is morally right or wrong can often be a challenging task. People engage in ongoing debates and interviews, trying to grasp the concepts of morality. On a daily basis, individuals encounter situations where they must make choices between right and wrong. This has been a part of human existence since the beginning of time. These choices, unique to humans, distinguish them from other living species on Earth. Importantly, these moral decisions are not tied to any specific religion or belief system. The complexity of morality has led to the ongoing discussion about what is considered moral or immoral. These discussions can be subjective or objective depending on one's perspective. Yet, despite the complexity, moral standards can be easily identified and acted upon. Ultimately, the choices people make regarding right and wrong form the foundation of their moral principles. It would be really helpful if there was a gadget that could tell us if something we're about to do is good or bad. The interesting part is, we all have something like that already built in. It's our consciousness. This little tool in our minds always knows what's right and what's wrong, and it talks to our bodies to make sure we do the right thing. Now, everyone has their own ideas about what is right and wrong, but imagine if it was only based on personal feelings. The world might become a pretty confusing place. Luckily, that's not the case. There are things that are clearly right, and there are things that are clearly wrong. It's like having a compass that always points north. However, if we keep changing our idea of what is right, it becomes tricky. Searching for the right thing might lead us to keep modifying it, and it could end up in a form that's unfamiliar, making it almost impossible to recognize. It's interesting how sometimes people who do good things are called foolish, while those who do bad things are seen as smart. For example, someone who returns a purse found on the road might be considered a fool. On the other hand, in the film industry, where they might do things that are not so good, they're seen as charming and manage to get away with it. This shows that people's perceptions of right and wrong can sometimes be a bit confusing. People often wonder why they should be good when life can sometimes be enjoyed in a different way. They question whether the law of cause and effect really works, or if it's just a myth. Scientists, especially physicists, have tried to prove it wrong, but they've only discovered that there's no solid evidence to say it isn't true. Looking back in history, the wrongs done to people in the past have had long-lasting effects on today's events. For instance, injustices and mistreatment forced some people, like past slaves, to be displaced from their lands and sent to different continents. If these individuals hadn't been taken from their homelands, their descendants might not even exist today. It's like a domino effect. The actions in the past set off a chain of events that led to the present. Interestingly, even though these individuals faced immense suffering, their present-day generations or survivors often receive some form of compensation for the crimes committed against their ancestors. It's like trying to make things right in the present for the wrongs of the past. And, in a curious way, the current conditions of these people might have been even worse if their ancestors hadn't been enslaved in the first place. It shows how interconnected events are, stretching across time and impacting generations. Let's delve into the concept of karma and its far-reaching implications. Karma is a crucial element of the law of cause and effect, where every action has consequences. The word karma itself comes from Sanskrit and is linked to the idea of kri or action. It's closely tied to the beliefs of rebirth in various Indian cultures, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Taoism. Interestingly, even in Christian culture, there's a notion that aligns with the concept of karma. Now, when we talk about karma, we're referring to more than just actions. It includes mental, physical, and physiological acts. These actions don't necessarily cause harm until a reaction is triggered. Once that happens, the energy produced becomes like a domino effect, influencing events not just in one place but around the world. It's important to note that karma and fate aren't the same things. Karma is about the actions we take, and fate is more like what's destined to happen. They're separate aspects, and they don't work in isolation. Understanding karma involves recognizing the interconnectedness of our actions and the ripple effects they create across time and space. Destiny is like a plan made by a higher power, and once it's set, it cannot be changed. On the other hand, karma is all about what each person does in their life or might have done in a previous life. It's linked to the idea that good actions lead to positive outcomes, while bad actions lead to negative consequences. Karma has different forms like vikarma, which involves bad ideas and thoughts, and akarma, which is about nurturing good thoughts and beliefs. Now think of genes as tiny information carriers in our body. They hold details about things like our height, eye color, intelligence, and even our vulnerability to certain illnesses. This information is like a karmic record stored from past lives. So even after a person passes away, their karmic record stored in the DNA continues to exist. Essentially, karma becomes a significant part of the genetic makeup of an individual's body. Apart from the karmic DNA, we also inherit genes from our parents, but the majority of these genes come from our past lives. These genes play a big role and have a strong influence on the actions and behaviors of individuals throughout their lives. In a way, it's like having a unique code that guides us based on the deeds of our past. Let's explore the concept of karma and its different types, which are like chapters in the Book of Time. There are 4 kinds of karma, each depicting different time frames: Sachita, Prarabdha, Kriyamana, and Agami karma. Firstly, Sachita karma involves all the actions performed in the past life and the decisions made in the present. Once these decisions and deeds are done, they cannot be changed or reversed. It's like a record of our past and present choices. Moving on, Prarabdha karma is like a sneak peek from the past life that continues to influence our present. In this type of karma, the genes from our past life play a role in shaping who we are today. It's like a silent echo of our history. Next up is Kriyamana karma, which focuses on the actions we're doing in the present. The outcomes of these decisions, whether it's success or facing challenges, will be experienced during the same lifetime. It's the ongoing story of our current actions and their consequences. Lastly, Agami karma takes center stage. This type of karma is all about the decisions we make today and how they'll shape our future. It's like writing the next chapters of our life story with the choices we make now. The cycle of these 4 karmas continues endlessly, like a never-ending story that stretches until the end of time. It's a way of understanding how our past, present, and future are all intertwined in the grand narrative of life. Want to invite more happiness into your life? Here's the key. Understand life. Life plays fair with everyone. Good deeds are like seeds that bring handsome rewards, while bad deeds lead to harsh consequences. It's a simple rule. Every living being gets what they truly deserve. Now, these statements might sound a bit puzzling, especially when we see things like injustices, babies facing hardships, or animals suffering. It seems like life isn't fair when we witness these situations. The truth is, humans often miss the bigger picture of life. If we could see it all, life would take on a whole new meaning. Instead of blaming others for our luck or misfortunes, we would focus on improving ourselves. We'd start by doing good deeds, knowing that one day the consequences of our actions, whether good or bad, will find their way back to us. Life becomes fair and straightforward when we follow the rules and act responsibly. Understanding how justice works in life requires seeing the big picture. Life isn't just about gaining materialistic values, it's about grasping the interconnectedness of everything. So, if we take the time to understand the broader view of life, we'll find that it's not as complicated as it might seem. It's about following the rules, doing good, and letting the harmony of life unfold. Exploring life in a spiritual way can lead to a deeper understanding of how things work. Humans have this special ability to grasp the various laws that govern the entire ecosystem. It's like having a compass that guides them towards inner peace, success, and happiness. While the materialistic side of life focuses on its significant developments, the spiritual side sheds light on the reasons behind suffering, happiness, good, and bad experiences. These spiritual values play a crucial role in determining the impact of human actions on both themselves and animals. It's like a ripple effect. The consequences may not be immediate, but with time they come back to affect those who initiated the action. Both materialistic and spiritual values shape the physical and natural laws of nature. They also shape the consciousness of each individual, influencing how they perceive and interact with the world. This brings us to the unchangeable law of cause and effect, a reality that cannot be avoided or altered. Both materialistic and spiritual values reveal that everything in life is interconnected, stretching across generations and continuing until the end of time. It's like understanding that our actions today have a lasting impact on the intricate web of life that binds us all together. Once humans grasp the idea that the law of cause and effect guides their lives, what seemed like a challenging and risky journey becomes shorter and simpler. Life, it turns out, is shaped by the choices and decisions made in each passing moment. Imagine life as a ship sailing towards a bright and happy future. The journey is happening right now, and all that's needed is to navigate towards a positive destination, avoiding the possibility of getting shipwrecked in the vast ocean filled with perilous creatures. In the most ordinary moments of a person's life, lending a helping hand to someone else can eventually contribute to reaching their own goals in the future. It's like planting seeds of kindness that grow into a bountiful harvest. Consider entering a theatre halfway through a show. The context of the movie may be confusing, and you might not understand what's going on. Life, in a similar way, doesn't always reveal the full picture. It provides a small opening, waiting for someone to capitalize on it. So, understanding the law of cause and effect becomes like having a map for the journey of life. It helps in making choices that lead to a brighter and happier future, steering away from potential pitfalls in the vast sea of existence. Many people find themselves feeling confused, searching for happiness, and often unaware that a life-changing big picture is waiting to unfold. The quest to understand one's existence and life's purpose is a common desire among humans. Some individuals even delve into the fine details of their childhood, hoping to uncover the secrets that shape their identity. However, reliving past moments, even just a few seconds, would take hours and is technically not feasible. The mysteries of spirituality captivate everyone, with questions about the Earth's formation and the origins of life lingering in our minds. Answering these questions requires a deep understanding of both spiritual values and science. The essence of science itself lies in unraveling the mysteries of how things came into being. Physicists tirelessly work to comprehend how the laws of nature come into existence, yet a conclusive result remains elusive. Meanwhile, cosmologists are eager to uncover the secrets behind the Big Bang Theory and the entire creation of Earth. These questions persistently challenge our understanding, demonstrating the ongoing pursuit of knowledge and the intricate relationship between spirituality and scientific exploration. It's a bit like when people wish they could rewind and watch their own life. The more answers they seek, the more questions seem to pop up, making it almost impossible to understand how everyone came into existence. This leads some to believe that there might be someone behind the scenes pulling the strings, often referred to as God. This unseen force ensures that every species is treated based on the actions they perform. While believing in God is one thing, blindly following a faith without questioning certain aspects of it can lead to problems. Faith for some is considered overhyped and overrated. It's like an illusion or mirage that is mistaken for reality. The tricky part about faith is that it can prompt people to do things that set off a chain reaction affecting them in various ways. Imagine faith as a coin toss. Predicting the exact outcome isn't certain, but there's a chance of getting it right. For instance, think of a student who hasn't studied for exams but prays to various deities. There's a probability that the student might get an easy paper and clear the exams. That's how faith seems to work sometimes. Faith is like a tool. It can be a powerful force, both good and potentially dangerous, depending on how it's wielded. In the grand scheme of things, the law of cause and effect takes center stage. Think of life as a chess game, with pieces like pawns, rooks, bishops, knights, a king, and a queen. The king holds the key to protection and victory. Similarly, in life, those who decide to change their habits and actions become the kings of their own games. Their actions ripple through, affecting everyone around them, whether they're politicians, scientists, social media influencers, or anyone else. Each human possesses the potential to achieve their goals, yet being the smartest creatures in the jungle comes with its challenges. One significant drawback is the tendency to procrastinate. Humans often put off tasks, eventually forgetting about them and unwittingly becoming pawns in the game played by the king. It's a reminder that, despite our intelligence, we sometimes fall prey to the pitfalls of postponement, allowing the game to play us instead. The beliefs that humans hold can be the deciding factor between success and failure. Often the primary cause of distress and procrastination among humans is the fear of failure. This fear has the power to hinder people from pursuing their dreams and reaching their goals. Financial concerns, in particular, can evoke anxiety as they pose a threat to overall security and survival. However, a change in surroundings or adopting a positive outlook, especially when surrounded by supportive individuals, can help individuals break free from fear and negative thoughts. Taking small steps gradually can be a stepping stone to alleviating this fear. nurturing the growth of an individual's confidence. It's worth noting that every successful person in the world has experienced failure at some point in their lives, only to emerge from it as winners. In the absence of fear, humans have the potential to be the happiest creatures in the world. By overcoming the fear of failure, individuals can unlock a path to success, fulfillment, and a contented life. What if there was a secret method to break down and comprehend this law? One way to uncover this mystery is by exploring a few key questions. How do certain thoughts and actions impact various aspects of life? What happens when we view the world from a different perspective? Can changing our thinking patterns have a profound effect on our lives? How can observing successful people, understanding their behaviors and actions, guide us towards success? And when it comes to financial success, it's no coincidence. The law of cause and effect applies to money just as it does to any other aspect of life. Money, in essence, is an outcome of actions taken years or even centuries ago. It's tied to the law of cause and effect. With money often comes success, and with success, happiness tends to follow. However, it's essential to recognize that money has both positive and negative aspects. Understanding this intricate relationship can offer insights into how actions of the past continue to shape our financial present and future. So, by unraveling these questions and understanding the nuances, we might find a pathway to both financial prosperity and a more fulfilling life. People with substantial amounts of money have, at different times, made both wise and poor decisions. The repercussions of these decisions resonate today, affecting various countries and the world as a whole. It's crucial to note that having a lot of money and using it judiciously are entirely different scenarios. Both countries and individuals have employed money to either prevent conflicts or instigate wars. This is often with the aim of gaining control over a piece of land, all in the pursuit of improving their respective economies. Regrettably, these attempts to control land have often backfired, worsening economies instead of enhancing them. Wars tend to last for years, requiring continuous funding that drains resources. In some cases, leaders have resorted to selling land and property belonging to the less privileged, only to find themselves facing dire consequences in the long run. These consequences may manifest in executions, painful deaths, or imprisonment. The intricate relationship between money, decisions, and their far-reaching consequences serves as a cautionary tale about the delicate balance between financial power and ethical responsibility. Even the wealthiest individuals find themselves subject to the rules of the law. While money can be spent quickly, earning it demands significant effort. Increasing one's income can address various problems. Seeking a pay raise may seem like the straightforward solution, but its feasibility depends on multiple factors, including the individual's work ethic and the company's standing. Another viable option involves prudent spending in smaller amounts, but this choice can trigger a chain reaction affecting the person's lifestyle and overall outlook. A often overlooked yet easy parameter is observing and learning from successful individuals. The significance of money extends whether one is a materialist or a spiritualist. In either case, understanding the nuances of managing finances can have a profound impact on one's life and well-being. Many people believe that money and spirituality don't align, but this perception often stems from the struggles some individuals face in achieving materialistic goals. It's crucial to recognize that even humble individuals can progress over time. A person with a humble mindset comprehends both the positive and negative aspects of life, acknowledging limitations and faults, paving the way for eventual success. This journey, however, demands hard work, dedication, and the practice of good deeds to reach the summit of success. In situations where there's an element of risk, there's an equal opportunity for reward, a principle that applies to accumulating wealth. Money, like any other possession, can be present today and gone tomorrow. Those who made wise investments in their early years are now reaping the benefits. It's worth noting that a substantial portion of money is lost through gambling, emphasizing the importance of prudent financial decisions. Understanding the interplay between money and spirituality can guide individuals toward a more balanced and fulfilling life journey. Gambling is like a disease that often begins as a harmless hobby, but can lead to significant and lasting consequences. It adheres closely to the law of cause and effect. In the beginning, it might bring in substantial amounts of money, creating a sense of prosperity. However, when the winning streak ends, the money also disappears. While some individuals may find success in gambling, the consequences of their actions can have lasting effects on future generations. Contrary to the myth that suggests money can only be earned through hard work, the reality is more nuanced. If hard work alone were the key, many industrious individuals would be millionaires today. While money is undoubtedly earned through labor, effective planning also plays a crucial role. This highlights the importance of a balanced approach to wealth accumulation, emphasizing not only hard work, but also strategic financial management for long-term success. The level of success an individual achieves is influenced in part by their awareness and the actions they take. One's financial well-being can also impact their overall health. Communities and individuals with access to good healthcare and medical support often receive substantial financial backing. These well-funded communities tend to excel globally, whether in sports, science, or other significant fields. However, despite their achievements, these affluent communities may lack the tranquility and aesthetic experiences found in some poorer communities. Human nature is such that people are rarely content with what they have. Even communities with substantial wealth may yearn for more. This pursuit of money can jeopardize an individual's health, leading to a loss of quality time spent with friends and family. It's essential to recognize that despite all the wealth in the world, true happiness may not always accompany it. Understanding the delicate balance between financial success and personal well-being is crucial for leading a fulfilling life. When people face financial struggles, it's tough to see beyond the negative impact it brings. On the flip side, when people are financially stable, positive vibes abound. Interestingly, this positive energy isn't limited to having a lot of wealth. How does it work? By donating and helping those less fortunate. The more positive energy you share, the more you'll receive in return. Imagine viewing money with a positive mindset, not just as the key to success. Instead of always wanting more, it's important to be content with what you have. Every action you take today will have an impact in the future. A good conscience isn't linked to money. It comes from life experiences. Money isn't a mere currency note. It carries the energy of both good and bad deeds. This energy remains connected throughout life, influencing success, failure, and even future generations. The paper notes we hold are symbols of this energy, but they won't accompany us after death. The energy, however, certainly will. The law of cause and effect states that our past, present, and future lives are all connected. This law works like a domino effect, meaning actions from our ancestors in the past can still affect us today. Similarly, the actions we take today may have consequences for generations to come. Even after the physical body decays upon death, the true self remains intact. This true self acts like a storage unit, determining the nature of our future lives. While the mouth and body can be influenced, consciousness is challenging to manipulate and continues to exist even after death. Throughout history, humans have built extensive civilizations in various locations, showcasing the enduring impact of cause and effect on the development of societies. Humans have initiated wars that brought both positive and negative outcomes, shaping the world as it is today. In the present, with technological advancements, humans are excessively using natural resources in the pursuit of development. Unfortunately, this development has led to the destruction of ecosystems and indirectly contributed to the creation of deserts. the consequences of these actions will influence the appearance of the earth for future generations. The laws of nature persist regardless of whether someone acknowledges their existence. The events of the past continue to have a significant impact on everyone's lives. However, what happened in the past cannot be altered. Let go of the bitterness and shame from past events. Moving forward with a positive outlook on life is the key. The present moment is crucial as it shapes what happens in the future. Having a positive view of the future allows for a more open and engaged life. While it's helpful to reflect on the past to learn from mistakes, dwelling too much on it or solely focusing on the future can impact happiness. Striking a balance between the two and staying present is the path to greater happiness. The law of cause and effect is an unchanging universal principle that operates beyond any limits and remains unaffected by external influence. It is guided by an unseen force that governs the intricate connections between events. This law provides a unique perspective on life, revealing it as more than a series of random happenings. Instead, it presents life as a formula accessible to everyone, offering the potential for success. This formula involves making choices freely, allowing individuals to shape their daily decisions. Imagine life as a movie where some people play the role of directors, while others serve as cleaners on the set. The current state of individuals is a result of the unfolding events in their lives, events that have gradually taken shape over time. Embracing the principles of the law of cause and effect empowers individuals to navigate life's journey consciously and make decisions that contribute to their success. In the realm of life, there exists no concept of luck or misfortune. Instead, there are the notions of good and bad deeds. These deeds serve as the architects of life's unfolding events. The conscience embedded within each individual plays a pivotal role in shaping their perspective on life. A truly successful person is not solely defined by the abundance of wealth, but rather by the richness of happiness that accompanies them. The principles of the law of cause and effect emphasize two crucial aspects: acknowledging and learning from the past, and actively working towards enhancing the present or maintaining a particular standard. This package, encompassing past acceptance and present improvement, is a universal offering. However, the contents of the next package are highly individualistic, varying from person to person based on their choices and efforts to make it better. Embracing these principles allows individuals to navigate the intricate tapestry of life with wisdom and purpose. Carefully formulating plans for the future is a matter of great significance, as it not only shapes the times to come, but also profoundly influences the destiny of the preceding generation. The present, in essence, serves as an investment, whether in the realm of materialistic pursuits or the nurturing of spiritual values. Recognizing and understanding the nuances of the law of cause and effect serves as a guiding light, instilling the motivation to engage in virtuous deeds that pave the way for a future adorned with happiness and success. The law of cause and effect is an undeniable force, a fundamental truth that governs the course of existence. However, while the law itself remains unalterable, there exist strategies and approaches that can tip the scales in favor of individuals, propelling them toward success and leaving a lasting legacy for the generations that follow. Embracing these principles becomes a beacon of hope, inspiring individuals to strive for a future that not only benefits themselves, but also contributes positively to the legacy they leave behind. Thank you for listening.